This is the Nubia Z60S Pro Disassembly. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified once I upload a new video. Also, if you need any tools, there are links in the description. We'll start off by removing the SIM tray. Looking at that, we can see a red rubber gasket around the opening. At this point, heat needs to be applied to the back plate using either a hairdryer or a heat gun to loosen up the adhesive underneath, and then a pry tool can be used to pry the back plate off. I prefer to use a hairdryer since there's less of a chance of damaging any of the components inside by overheating them. Here's a better look at the glass backplate. If you needed to replace the glass camera lens cover, that can be replaced by applying heat and prying it off. So you won't need to take apart the phone to replace that. But if you're planning on replacing the entire bezel, you would also need to remove the 4 Phillips screws on the other side. As for the NFC antenna, it's built into the camera bezel and here's the flex cable for it. There are 19 Phillips screws that have to be removed. The top motherboard cover needs to be lifted from the right to the left, but be careful since there's still a flex cable which is attached to the main board. The battery cables can now be disconnected, followed by the rest of the cables. So taking a look at this top cover, we can see the dual LED flash, as well as the back ambient light sensor. There's also an antenna line drawn on this plastic portion, which is the light gray colored part, and there's graphite film to help transfer heat. Looking at the other side, we can see that the graphite film also extends underneath this portion. The coaxial cables on the bottom right side of the board can be disconnected by just popping them off. Taking a look at the main board, we see the 50 megapixel ultra-wide lens, as well as the 8 megapixel telephoto lens. The telephoto lens looks to have OIS or optical image stabilization, but the ultra-wide does not. There's a secondary microphone on the top corner, as well as some copper tape or film over the shields to help transfer heat, and there's a liquid damage indicator sticker on this corner. As for the camera connectors, those can be disconnected by just popping them off. Once the copper film has been peeled off, we see a lot of thermal paste underneath it on top of the chips to help transfer heat. Taking a look at the other side, we can see the 16 megapixel front facing camera, the proximity and ambient light sensor, as well as the infrared or IR blaster. There's some graphite film and additional thermal paste on the back to help transfer heat. Once the graphite film, copper tape, and removable shields have been removed, we can see thermal paste on top of the RAM which is seated over the processor, as well as these chips, and thermal pads on these chips. Here's a better look with the thermal paste removed. The 50 megapixel primary camera also has OIS or optical image stabilization. The main camera assembly is adhered to the midframe, so if you needed to replace that, you'd have to apply some heat and gently pry it off. This is the bottom speaker assembly. This flex cable, as well as this one, connect the main board to the subboard. And this is the screen flex cable. So if you needed to replace the screen, you'd have to remove the back plate, the screws on the bottom plastic cover and the cover itself. You then disconnect the screen cable, and then heat up the front of the phone where the screen is to loosen up the adhesive underneath. Pry the old screen off, apply new adhesive, reapply the new screen, making sure you run the flex cable back to the opening in the midframe, and reassemble the phone. Now there's a single Phillips screw which is holding down the subboard. Looking at the subboard, we see the primary microphone located here. The SIM reader is located on the other side. The haptic feedback or vibrator motor is located here, and next to that is the fingerprint scanner, both of which are held down with some adhesive, so if you needed to replace those, just apply some heat and pry them off. Also, if you're planning on replacing the charger port, you would also need to remove the vibrator motor since it's seated over the flex cable for the charger port. So taking a look at the charger port, we can see a red rubber gasket around the opening. The black coaxial cable is connected to an antenna board on the bottom corner. As for the battery, to remove that, there are no pull pouches or pull tabs to help you pry it off, so you're going to have to apply some isopropyl alcohol around the sides of the battery and let it sit for about 30 seconds to a minute, so it eats away at the adhesive underneath, making it easier to pry it off. So here's a look at the 5100 mAh battery. When it comes to prying this battery off, it's extremely difficult, and the adhesive underneath it is very strong, so you're going to have to apply a lot of isopropyl alcohol and take your time gently prying the battery off. Once the battery has finally been pried off, we can see the copper vapor chamber which runs underneath the battery, as well as the motherboard. This flex cable is for the volume keys and power button, and if you need to replace that, you would have to pull out the black plastic brackets from inside of the frame, and then pull out the flex cable. As for the buttons, those can be pulled out of the frame. And the earpiece speaker is located on top, which is also held down with some adhesive. To replace that, just apply some heat and pry it off. For the repairability score on this phone, I give it a 4.5 out of 10. The adhesive on the back cover is pretty strong, so it's going to take you some time prying the back cover off, as well as the adhesive behind the battery. Also, replacing some of the other components inside the phone are a bit more difficult than most other phones. Now it's time to put the phone back together. Once everything's back in place, apply new adhesive and reapply the backplate. Flip over the phone, power it on, and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.